So what were some of your top, learnings from the early challenges?
So now I'm kind of a person who generally don't think too much. I go with the flow, spontaneous. I'm a product of my experiences, my privilege,
Sure.
my challenges. But as you are probably forcing me to think that ways, I would say there are three learnings I would like to add here. One, if you're going abroad, be more proactive. I mean, in India, just in time or ho jayega, dekh lege, chalta attitude
Correct.
generally will not work, and or if it works, it will be more expensive or more
Yeah.
taxing.
Yeah.
So be more proactive and more
Right.
prepared.
Right.
Same thing that be around to help people, but don't be too intimating that he's my
Too
neighbor.
eager to help.
Too eager
Right,
to help.
right,
We Indians
right,
and we Asians are,
Right.
that's a DNA,
Second.
right? So even if you have the right intent,
Yeah.
but if you try to be too much into it,
Yeah.
probably you will be
perceived
considered.
incorrectly.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Coming from my biggest experience, like please, when you're going abroad, as a traveler, as a student, as an immigrant, get your housing sorted as soon as possible.
Right.
Because I always say that's the second point. The moment you land,
Right.
if you know where you're staying,
Yeah.
there's a certainty.
Yeah.
If you land and you say, oh, we figure out, there's lots of switch off cost, there's lots of uncertainty.
Of course.
And there is also, when you don't know where is your destination, the journey can be anyways. It can be very learning and can be beautiful.
Right.
But mostly it's end up being very taxing.
Of course, very unpleasant. I love that. So you said India ke andar jugaadbazi zyada hai. So we think that we can wing it. I think as you mentioned, when you're going abroad, you have to go in with a plan. I think that's
Yeah.
very, very important. And I think it's also very important where you mentioned that be mindful of people's space and the kind of bubble that they've built
Yeah.
around them. Because if you try and get too close, it'll be perceived as someone who's
Yeah.
trying to be
Intrude their privacy.
pushy
Yeah.